go. Hey there everybody, it's the Nasty One again. Welcome back to the next episode of the Buzzards here in number 5. Last episode we took on the Overdogs. That's the last game of the season. Needing a win to keep our hopes at the division title and the playoffs alive and well, and we got the job done. We rallied back from an early 3-0 deficit to defeat them 6-4 behind Emily Bonventre. So now we sit at 9-6. We are still in second place in the division. We're only a half game out of first. The Jacks finished off their season with the split against the Nemesis, who we will be playing today in the regular season finale. So the division standings look like this right now. With a win today, if we win by 3 runs or more, we are guaranteed the division title. If we win by 2 runs or less, we will not be winning the division title because the Jacks will have the tiebreaker over us. If we lose, Crocodons will leap us into second. We will be in third, and then we will have to sit back and wait and see what the Heaters, the Widelouts, and the Platypi do, Grapplers as well, to see if we will make the playoffs or not. That's really all that is left on the table at this point. Here's the pitching matchup for today's game. For the Nemesis, who come in at 5-10, they'll be sending long reliever Def Wettums to the hill, 1-1 with a 4.35 ERA and a 1.55 WHIP. And for us, we will counter with rookie pitcher Trenton Deputy, who is 0-2 with a 12.33 ERA and a 2.48 WHIP. Really struggling in his rookie season, mainly in large part due to the fact he was hurt for his first 2 starts, so he didn't really get a chance, like a fair footing to start his career on. Lineup for today's game looks like this. Leading off at third base, locked in, is Alfia Winkelson. Batting second, locked in at shortstop, is the rookie Baca Boyd. Batting third in center field is the 10th Spool Worrymore. Batting fourth in left field is the locked-in Buck Swiner. Batting fifth, rookie second baseman Class Diaz. Batting sixth, rookie first baseman Atticus Macias. Batting seventh, right fielder Carter Mahoney. And batting eighth, backup catcher Ernie Blings will get the start today behind the dish. And batting ninth will be the pitcher Deputy. Blings is starting today because Oliver is tense and also tired. And Daugherty is now available as a pinch hitter off the bench if necessary, despite her still being hurt. Alright, let's get it on. Alrighty, hope everyone's day is going well. This is a big game ahead of us. We're trying to get past the balanced Nemesis team. Right now, Nemesis is currently sitting in 4th place in the division. They are at 5-10. Overdogs are at 5-11. Yeah, I believe if the Nemesis do lose this game, they are still going to be ahead of the Overdogs by run differential. I'm not 100% sure. I did not check that. Feel free to correct me in the comments if you happen to notice. Alrighty, let's get it on. See if we can do this and secure our playoff berth. Pickleford, Lang, and Sports will be up first for the Nemesis. Leading off veteran left fielder Brian Pickleford. He is locked in, hitting a .167, 5 RBIs in the year. He's not been hitting particularly well. He's been splitting time as a starter and off the bench this season, but as of right now, he's hitting pretty well. He'll be facing the rookie Trenton Deputy here to start the day. Deputy on the year, 0-2, 12.33 ERA and a 2.48 WHIP. In his 3 starts, he's thrown 15 and a third innings, 21 earned runs given up, 34 hits surrendered, 7 homers, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Batting average against for the rookie is .442. Yeah, Deputy has had a horrible year all told. Most of it is not his fault. He's just had a lot of bad luck, and he's also been injured for most of the season, so hoping he can bounce back big in his 4th career start. Maybe he'll get his first career win today. Lineup for the Nemesis after Pickleford is a locked-in center fielder Ron Lang. And it is shortstop Jock Sports, the OG member of their infield. Batting fourth, our former first baseman Aaliyah Butcher. She's locked in. Batting fifth, right fielder Jorge Hale. Batting sixth, third baseman Allie Finedare, the former Grapplers product. Batting seventh, OG second baseman Flash Levar. Batting 8th, our former catcher, Billy Bronx. He is tense. And batting 9th is the long reliever, Def Wettums. Let's get it on. First pitch fastball line to right field. Hit pretty well. Mahoney lays out, it's off his diving glove, and that is going to be extra bases for the speedy Pickleford. He'll lead off the game with a triple. One pitch, and we're already in trouble. Hey, Hulkman. Yeah, we just started, so been going good so far. Looking to get in the playoffs here with the last game win. Hopefully we can get it done. Coming up next for the Nemesis, locked-in center fielder Ron Lang. He's hitting .373, 4 homers, 14 RBIs, and he now has an RBI chance here to start the day. Change it down and in is lined up the middle. Boyd dives over his glove into left center, and that's going to be extra bases for the speedy Lang. He'll have a double here. It is 1-0 Nemesis. All right, not an ideal start for Deputy, but what can I say? This has been the story for the rookie most of his, basically the entire season. Batting third, shortstop Jock Sports. He's hitting .344, 3 homers, 9 RBIs. First pitch curveball down and in. Strike called, 0-1, as Deputy's already tense. He's only 2 batters into today, and he's already tense. Fastball down and away, grounded up the middle. Diaz makes a nice stop. Gets up and fires to first in time. Nice play, rookie. Runner does get to third on the play. Sports is now tense, 1 down. Next up, former Buzzards first baseman Aaliyah Butcher. Second-year player hitting $1.62 with 2 homers, 6 RBIs. One of those homers came off of us. Been hitting particularly well to end her season. Looking to get back over 200 here. Slider down in the way, checks. That's actually called a strike at the knees, 0-1. Fastball up and in is high, 1-1. Change up and away is high as well, 2-1. Fire down in the way, chased outside and pulled foul, 2-2. Ball down and in, fouled off again. Butcher stays alive this time, still at 2-2. Fastball away, fouled off. Do it again. Change of middle in. Chased inside, grounded in the hole to third. Winkelson no play at home, will have to go to first. 2 down in the inning, but Butcher gets the RBI ground out as Lang scores. Bases empty, 2 down for second-year right fielder Jorge Hale, hitting .211, 1 homer, 7 RBIs on the season. First fastball up and in is a strike, 0-1. Ball down in the way at the knees, grounded to short, right at Boyd. He'll make that play. And that's in time to first. That's going to end the inning, but the Nemesis out early have scored 2 runs on 2 hits as they start the game with a triple and a double, and then get another run in on the ground out later in the inning. Bottom 1, Winkelson, Boyd, and Worrymore do up against long reliever Def Weddams. Winkelson leads off the game, third baseman hitting .472 this year, 7 RBIs, and he's locked in currently, hitting pretty well as of late. He'll be the first batter to face the long reliever, Def Weddams. Weddams on the season. Veteran is 1-1, 4.35 ERA, and a 1.55 whip. 7 games pitched this season, 1 start. This is his second. 5 earned runs given up in 10 in the third innings. He's given up 13 hits, 1 of them a homer. He's hit a batter, walked 3, and struck out 8. Batting average against for him on the year is .302. Looking to end his team's season on a good note. Nemesis, of course, have been eliminated from the playoff picture, so they're just trying to get to 6-10. First pitch fastball at the letters, 0-1. About the knees is fouled back, 1-1. 0-2 pitch dribbled back to Weddams. He'll make the stop, and that's the easy first out. Next up, the rookie shortstop, Baca Boyd. He is locked in, hitting .396, 1 RBI in the air. Contact versus right-hander and inside pitch are both active here for the rookie batter. Looking to get momentum started. Curveball away is in there, 0-1. Good pitch from Weddams to catch the corner. Late on the slider at the knees, 0-2. Fastball up is lined to second, right at Levar, 2 down. Now to bring up 10th center fielder Spool Worrymore, sophomore player hitting .303, 2 homers, 13 RBIs on the year. Not hitting well as of late. Curveball in the dirt there in the first pitch, ball 1, but he has been hitting well for most of the season, so solid year. Bit of a down step from his last season. Fastball chased high, 1-1. Slider at the knees, ripped into left field, hit pretty well, but it's going to be run down by Pickleford to end the inning. To the second, it is 2-0. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Wedhams. Find Air, Levar, and Bronx due up against Deputy. Leading off is third baseman Ali Find Air in the second inning. 281 average, 2 homers, 12 RBIs for the fifth-year vet. First pitch to a curveball middle in. That is lined to second. Diaz there to make the catch. 1 out. Next up is second baseman Flash Levar. He's hitting 275, 1 homer, 6 RBIs on the year. Fastball away is lined to right. Mahoney coming on. He's going to slide. It hops into his glove. It's a base hit. Good effort by Mahoney. He just didn't have the time to get there. Runner first, 1 down for the Nemesis. Now to bring up former Buzzards catcher Billy Bronx. His second year here with the Nemesis. Hitting 206 with 1 RBI on the year. And he's currently tense at the moment. Fastball up. That's lined to left center field, and that's going to be in the gap, and Bronx is going to split him. That's going to get all the way to the wall, and Levar runs pretty well. Boimer gets it in quickly. Relay throw coming home is late. It's an RBI double. It is 3-0 Nemesis. Now bring up the pitcher, Def Wedhams. He's hitting 667 on the year with 2 RBIs. Change up and away in the first pitch. Bunt shown and pulled back. Ball 1. Fastball middle away. Bunt shown and pulled back. Strike called this time. 1-1. Curveball up and in. Bunt shown. That's high. 2-1. Slider in the dirt. Bunt shown and pulled back. 3-1. Fastball middle of the plate. Bunt is down. Deputy off the mound. He'll go to first. Sacrifice successful as Bronx is to third on the play. 2 down. RBI chance for Pickleford, who led off the game with a triple. He's also scored a run here today. First pitch slider up and away is way high. Ball 1. Change it down and away. Pickleford crowns it up the middle hard, and that is going to get through. 4-0 Nemesis. Next up, center fielder Ron Lang. He doubled in a run his first time up. He's also scored a run as well. Change it down and in. Runner goes on the called strike. Blings' throw is late. That's an easy stolen base for Pickleford. Pickleford on the year is now 1 for 1 for steals. 0-1 the count to Lang. Receiver up and away. Swung through it. 0-2. Slider away. Fouled off. Lang stays alive at 0-2. Up and in, line to left center field, hit pretty well. Warrior lays out, off his glove, and that's going to be an RBI double for Lang. It is 5-0 Nemesis. They're just piling it on here early. Sports up next, he's 0 for 1. Four-seamer down and away is low, ball 1. Curveball down and in, also low, 2-0. Slider middle in, line to left, over to leaping Winkelson's glove. That's another base hit. Lang's going to try and score. Swiner says, not today, sir. You are dead at the plate. That aggressive base running is the end factor here for the Nemesis in the second inning, but they do get 3 runs as it's now a 5-0 lead. Bottom 2, Swiner, Diaz, and Macias due up as we look to get back in it. We cannot fall out of this early. Swiner leading off, left fielder locked in, hitting 373 with 2 homers, 6 RBIs on the year, and he just had that outfield assist to end last inning, so feeling pretty good for himself so far. Fastball inside is a strike called on the heater, 0-1. Low heater, ball 1. Slider middle in, ripped to right, leaping is Levar to rob him of a base hit, of course. 1 down, and that'll bring up rookie second baseman Class Diaz, hitting 5th today. Hitting 323 with 6 homers, 14 RBIs. Curveball away, turned on by Diaz into left field, but that's going to hang up for Pickleford, 2 down. And that's going to bring up Atticus Macias, the rookie first baseman. He's hitting 314, 4 homers, 10 RBIs on the year for him. Strike up and in on the heater, 0-1. Curveball at the knees, chopped to second up the middle, backhanded by Levar, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Wedhams. 6 up and 6 down for him to start the day. To the third, we're still down 5-0. Butcher, Hale, and Find Air do up as it's not looking good. Butcher 0 for 1 today. RBI ground at her first time up. She's still locked in, of course. First pitch slider, middle in. Ripped to the left, but foul. 0-1. Four-seamer up and away is outside. 1-1. Change it down and away. That's grounded to short. Right at Boyd on a hop. He'll make the stop. 1 out. Next up, Jorge Hale. He's 0 for 1 today. First pitch curveball low. Check swing in the dirt. Ball 1. Hale grounded at the shortstop his first time up. Second pitch fastball hit in the left center field pretty well. Warrimer back for it though, and he'll make the catch. 2 down. Next up, Find Air. 0 for 1 today. Lined out the shortstop, second baser first time up. First pitch slider up. Popped up to first base. Macias back on the grass, and right field is calling for it. And the rookie will put it away. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Deputy. Good bounce back inning for him. Bottom 3, we're still down 5. Mahoney, Blings, and Deputy are due up. Here's Carter Mahoney to lead off the inning. Right fielder hitting .409 on the season with 5 RBIs. Getting another start in the outfield today. Curveball low, ball 1 as Weddams is locked in. Fastball's outside, 2-0 the count to Mahoney. Swung through fastball to Letters, late, 2-1. Swung late again, 2-2. Curveball at the knees, lined right at Find Air. She makes the catch at third. 1 out. Next up, catcher Ernie Blings, high pitch active for the veteran, hitting .360. 1 homer, 7 RBIs on the year. Starting today for the tired Oliver. Fastball up, misses, ball 1. Slider inside, this time catches the corner, 1-1. Fastball up, Blings fouls it off. Out of play, 1-2. Curveball down and in, Blings skies it to right. Right there for it is Hale. He'll make the catch, 2 outs. Next up, the rookie Deputy. He's 10, sitting .429 with an RBI on the year. Curveball at the knees, 0-1. Fastball middle in, grounded up the middle. Nice diving play by Sports. He'll make the play to first, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Weddams. 9 up and 9 down to start the day for Def to the 4th. We're still down 5. Bottom of the lineup up for the Nemesis here, Ledar, Bronx, and Weddams. Ledar leading off the inning is 1 for 1 with a single. He's also scored a run today. This was curveball low, ball 1. Fastball middle in is fouled off, 1-1. Slider up and away is high, 2-1. Change it down and away is at the knees for a strike, 2-2. Fastball up and in, full count. So that's inside. Curveball down and in, also inside. Ball 4. First walk today for Deputy as he lost it. Next up, Bronx, 1 for 1 with an RBI double today. Curveball at the knees, low, ball 1. Fastball away, line to right field, hit pretty well. Mahoney back for it though, he'll make the catch, 1 out. Got to bring the pitcher Weddams to the plate. He has sack bunt his first time up, so no official at bat. Still locked in up there. Fastball bunt up. Deputy fields it, gets it to second in time. Diaz to first, double play. Nice play, rookie. Good heads up awareness. Bottom 4, he's got another 0 on the board, but we're still down 5 runs as we're back to the top of the lineup. Winkleson, Boyd, and Worrymore due up. Winkleson leads off. He's 0 for 1 today. Grounded out his first time up. Slider low, ball 1. Strike at the knees, 1-1. Strike high, 1-2. Fastball middle in, Winkleson skies it, left center field. That's going to be an easy catch for Lang, 1 down. Next up, rookie shortstop Baca Boyd. He's 0 for 1 today. Flew out to right field his first time up. Slider down and away is a strike called, 0-1. Slider chased inside, 0-2 the count. Fastball away, bloop to left field and shallow. Sports dives, but Pickleford makes the catch over his diving body. 2 down. Next up, Worrymore 0 for 1. Flew out to left center his first time up. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Fastball's outside this time, 1-1. Curveball inside, caught the corner, 1-2 as Whiffer activates for Worrymore. Fastball up and away, line down the right field line. That is a fair ball, and that is going to be our first hit of the game as that gets into the corner. Be extra bases for Worrymore. On his way to third here. Leathar cuts it. Relay throw is late. It is a 2-out triple for Worrymore. That will keep the inning alive for Swiner and give him an RBI chance. He lined out to third base his first time up. Or did he line out? No, he lined out to Leathar. That's right. Still, 0-1. Curveball low in the dirt. Ball 1. Slider down and in. He'll ground it to Sports. That's going to be a one-hop easy play for the shortstop, and that's going to end the inning. Buzzards get their first hit and first RBI chance, but again they fail to score. To the 5th, we're still down 5-0. Pickleford, Lang, and Sports due up for the 3rd time here against Deputy. Here's Pickleford. He's 2 for 2 today. He's got an RBI single last time at the plate. He's also tripled in a run and scored twice today. First pitch curveball down in the way is chop foul, 0-1. Fastball at the knees is fouled off, 0-2. Change him up and in, inside, 1-2. Slider down and in, chopped in the hole to second. Diaz over for it. He'll make the play. 1 down as Deputy's back to neutral mojo here. Next up, Lang. He's 2 for 2 today. He's doubled twice, driving in 2 runs. He's also scored once. Thrown out trying to score back in the 2nd inning. Fastball at the knees, fouled off, 0-1. Slider up and away, skied to center field shallow. Worrymore in a few steps, makes the catch, 2 down. Base is empty, 2 down for Sports. He singled last time at the plate. He is 1 for 2. Curveball away is fouled off, 0-1. Forcing him down and in is lined down the left field line. That's into the corner, and that's going to be a fair ball. Sports is going to have his 2nd hit of the game here. Swiner chases it down, but it is a 2-out double to keep the inning alive for the Nemesis. RBI chance here for Butcher, 0 for 2. RBI ground out her first time at the plate, and then she flew out last time up. First pitch forcing her down and in. Check swing low, 1-0. Change up away, outside, 2-0. Curveball middle in, line to left field, down for a hit. Swiner comes up throwing, and Sports wisely does not test him. 1st and 3rd now with 2 down. Now to bring up Hale, who's 0 for 2. Flown out twice today. First pitch curveball down and in. Chop to short, charging Boyd, barehanding and firing to first. In time to end the inning as Jeopardy again puts a 0 on the board. Bottom 5, we're down 5-0. Diaz, Macias, and Mahoney due up here against Wedhams. Last Diaz leads off. Rookie flew out to left field his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Take a break here to get a drink real quick. Fastball at the letters, called a strike, 0-1. Fastball outside, 1-1. Swung through a left, fastball high, 1-2. Slider down the way, chop to second. Leathar there, 1 down. Next up, Macias, 0 for 1 today. Fastball inside for a strike, 0-1. Curveball bounces, 1-1. Slider at the knees, Macias hits it off the end of the bat to left center field. Not a lot of carry on this one. Pickleford there, 2 down. Next up, Mahoney, 0 for 1 today. Lined out to third base his first time up. Curveball's inside, ball 1. Curveball in there this time on the low inside corner, 1-1. Fastball up line to second, right at Leathar. Easy catch, and that's another 1-2-3 inning for Wedhams. To the 6th, we're still down 5-0. Find Air, Leather, and Bronx 2 up. There's Find Air, 0 for 2 today. Fastball high, inside, ball 1. Change up low in the dirt, 2-0. Curveball away is outside, 3-0. Receiver down and in, strike called, 3-1. Slider low, Sky down the left field line, that's hooking foul. Swiner over, he'll get there and make the catch, 1 out. Next up, Flash Ladar, 1 for 1 today. He walked last time up and also singled. He scored once. There's the 4-seamer down in the way, fouled off, 0-1. Curveball down in the way in the next pitch, line to left center field. That's going to split the gap and get to the wall out there. That'll be extra bases for Flash as Swiner gets it in quickly, but it is still a double. Ladar now 2 for 2, and that puts him in scoring position here for Billy Bronx, who doubled him home back in the 2nd inning. 1 for 2 today, Billy. He's also got an RBI today. 4-seamer inside is fouled back, 0-1. Slider middle away, that's lined to right softly. Mahoney coming on, he's not going to get there, but Leather will hold at 3rd. Runners at the corners now with 1 down. Got to bring up the pitcher Weddams, he's 0 for 1. Will he bunt here? Let's find out. So 4-seamer up and in, bunt shown and pulled back, strike called, 0-1. 4-seamer up and away, outside this time as the bunt was pulled back again, 1-1. Change away, bunt shown, called strike at the letters, 1-2. Fastball up high, bunt shown and pulled back in time, 2-2. Right up and away, bunt down, back to Deputy. Throws it home, Leather is in a rundown. He tried to be aggressive. Winkelson is going to run him down there, and that is the 2nd out of the inning. But the bunt fails. Next up, Pickleford, 2 for 3 today. He's singled, tripled, and driven in a run. He's also stolen a base and scored twice. First pitch to him, curveball down in the way. Strike called at the knees, 0-1. Fastball up in the waist, chased it high, 0-2. Change up and in, high and inside, 1-2. Slider below the knees, check swing in the dirt, 2-2. 4-seamer down and in, inside and low, full count. Runners go, curveball fouled off. We'll do it again. Payoff pitch coming again. Fastball line, right center field. Warrimer's not going to get there. That's going to split the gap, and that's going to drive in 2. Pickleford's going to break it open here in the 6th. It is going to be 7-0. Yep. Lang up next, 2 for 3 today. He's doubled twice, driving in 2 runs. He's also been thrown out once at the plate. Deputy done 5 2/3 innings. He gives up 11 hits, or 12 hits, 7 earned runs, no strikeouts. A horrible outing for the rookie. It's the longest of his career, though. Just 1 out away from getting out of the 6th inning and keeping us in this matchup. Unfortunately, it looks like our hopes are dashed here. Double switch coming on. We are going to bring in... We're going to turn to Marshall Cuevas first here out of the bullpen, the mop-up man. We are going to take Macias out as we're going to move Ed Manning to 3rd, and we are going to move Winkelson over to 1st. So Manning will bat next inning, that way Cuevas doesn't have to. Marshall Cuevas in his 2nd season has been pitching pretty well. 1-0 with an 0.87 ERA and an 0.97 whip. He's given up 1 earned run in his 7 appearances this season, recording 2 saves in the process. 10 1/3 innings, 8 hits surrendered, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. His batting average against is .211 on the year, which is the best on the team. See if he can get out of this jam here. First pitch slider away, outside, ball 1. Change it down and in, strike called at the knees, 1-1 to Lang. Fastball up and in is high and inside, 2-1. Fastball down and in, check swing at the knees, 2-2. Slider up and away, fouled off, still 2-2. Change it down and away, low, full count. Forcing it down and in. Lang grounds up the third baseline. That is a fair ball as it gets past the diving Manning, and that is going to be a base hit. RBI for Lang is second today. It is 8-0. That run is also charged to Deputy. Now to bring up Sports. 2 for 3. Double and a single today. First pitch four-seamer down and in is inside and low. Ball 1. Slider away. Driven by Sports to left field. He got all of that one. That's in the Buzzards bull. Oh no, it's over the Buzzards bullpen. Jesus, that had height. 2-run homer for Sports. First homer of the game for either club. It is his 4th of the year, and they busted open. It is now 10-0. That brings up Butcher, 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI today. Cuevas now tense. First pitch slider up and away. And Cuevas gets absolutely destroyed. That hits him probably in the chest. Butcher's second hit today. She's 2 for 3, and that'll bring up Hale, who's 0 for 3. Cuevas did only get hit in the chest, thankfully. Second time he's been injured in his career. First pitch fastball grounded up the middle, and that is another base hit. The Nemesis just piling it on. This inning will not end. Next up, Find Arrow for 3. First pitch change it down and in. Fouled off, 0-1. Fastball down and away, fouled off, 0-2. Slider up and in, way high, 1-2. Receiver up and away. Chased it, strike 3. First punch out of the game for our pitching staff as Cuevas does finally get out of the inning. But we give up 5 more runs as the Nemesis double their lead to 10-0, and Cuevas gets line drive back to the chest, so he's now hurt. Bottom 6, we're down 10-0. Blings, Manning, and Winkelson do up as our playoff hopes are looking pretty much bleak at this point. We almost have no chance of making it. Blings do up 0 for 1 today. We need to make this deficit a lot smaller. Strike the letters, 0-1 on the heater from Wedhams. That's in there as well, 0-2. Slider at the knees, Blings hits it into right field, but he did not get it. Hale there for it, 1 out. Next up, at third baseman Ed Manning, getting his first at bat of the game, hitting .583 with an RBI. He was part of the double switch in the top half of the inning. Slider away as a strike called, 0-1. Fastball up and in high, 1-1. Fastball up and in is fouled back, 1-2. Curveball down and in, hit up the middle, past the diving Lethard. That is a base hit. First hit for Manning. He's 1 for 1, and that's our second hit of the game. Next up, Winkelson, 0 for 2. He's flown out twice today. Fastball outside, ball 1. Let him starting to tire out there on the mound. Approaching the 60 pitch mark as that fastball's at the letters, 1-1. Curveball away, line to short, but it's right at Sports, 2 down. Winkelson now down to neutral mojo as he's 0 for 3 today, and that'll bring up Boyd, who's 0 for 2. I'm going to keep the inning alive here. Slider low, ball 1. Chased fastball up and in, 1-1. Curveball middle of the plate, line to right field over the leaping Lethard. That is a base hit. First hit for Boyd, he's 1 for 3. That 2-out single keeps it alive. First and second now, 2 down for Worrymore. He tripled last time up and was stranded there at third base. He's 1 for 2. Looking to break us on the scoreboard. Desperately need to. Fastball up and in is a strike. 0-1. Fastball way fouled off. 0-2 now to Worrymore. Fastball up and in is chased and popped up to second. Lethard there. And again, the Buzzards do not score. To the 7th, we're still down 10-0. Lethard, Bronx, and Wedhams do up as Wedhams has 6 quality shutout innings so far. Lethard 2 for 2 today. He's doubled, singled, and walked. Fastball down and away. Check swing strike. 0-1. Slider middle in. That's line to right center field. Hit pretty well. Worrymore going over. He'll lay out off his glove, and that is another extra base hit for the Nemesis. Lethard 3 for 3 today. He's in scoring position for Bronx, who singled last time up. He's also doubled in a run. He's 2 for 3. First pitch fastball up and away. Strike called. 0-1 on the check. Slider away is outside. Chased anyway. 0-2. Change it down and in. That's fouled off. 0-2. Four-seamer up and in is high, 1-2. Slider down and away. Line down the right field line. Will that stay fair? Of course it will, because it's the Nemesis, and they need their 11th run of the game. Bronx gets it in on another double, his second of the game. It's 11-0. Wedham's up next, 0 for 2. He will bat. Fastball at the knees, and he's bunting. Back to Cuevas. It's too hard. Runner holds. He's out at first. Next up, Pickleford, 3 for 4 today. He is a home run shy of the cycle with 3 RBIs and a stolen base to boot. First pitch, four-seamer down and away is a strike, 0-1. Slider up and in is high, 1-1. Fastball up and away is high as well, 2-1. Change it down and in. Chop to the middle. Diaz to first in time, 2 down as bring up Lang. He singled in a run last time up. He has 3 RBIs today. He's also doubled twice. First pitch, four-seamer up and away. Ball high, 1-0. Change it down and away. Fouled off, 1-1. Got her up and in. Popped up to first. Winkelson there for it. He's calling for it. He does make the catch, and that does end the inning. But the Nemesis get another run on the double by Bronx. His second RBI of the game. It is now 11-0. Bottom 7. Swiner, Diaz, and Cuevas are due up. Buck Swiner leads off the inning. Left fielder's 0 for 2 today. No longer locked in as that first pitch slider catches the outside corner, 0-1. High heater, 1-1. Slider outside, 2-1. Low heater, 3-1 the count here to Buck. Composed activates for the first time today for Wedham's. Slider in there on the inside corner, full count. Curveball below the knees, lined back to Wedham's, who makes the catch. 1 out. Next up, Diaz 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flown out today. Fastball down and in is low, ball 1. Slider inside, 2-0. Curveball low, 3-0. Composed active again here. Fastball at the letters, 3-1. Fastball at the knees, turned on by Diaz into the corner, but that's going to hang up there for Pickleford. Of course, 2 down. Cuevas due up next. We will pinch hit. Coming off the bench to pinch hit will be backup second baseman Nathaniel Hurls with power of his right-hander active. Hitting .250, no homers or RBIs on the season for him. First pitch curveball down and in, grounded up the middle, base hit for Hurls. Pinch hitter delivers a 2-out single to keep the inning alive here in the 7th. Now to bring up Mahoney. Carter 0 for 2 today. Coming out of the bullpen, long reliever Kent Ratherswell as Wedham's goes 7 2/3 innings. He gives up 3 hits, no earned runs, no strikeouts, and he is in line for the win. Quality start for Deft. Ratherswell's numbers on the year look like this. He has no record, a 5.27 ERA and a 1.76 whip. He's given up 9 runs, 8 of them earned in 8 appearances, 2 of them starts. He's thrown 13 2/3 innings, 18 hits surrendered, 1 homer, 1 hit batsman, 6 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Oh, sorry, we had 4 hits off Wedham's. Can't discount us too much. Injured Ratherswell gets a changeup in there at the knees, 0-1. Fastball high, 1-1. Strike in there, 1-2. Slider below the knees, chased and dribbled in the hole to third. Fine Dare cuts it off, fires to first in time, and that ends the inning. Coming off the bench, coming out of the bullpen here is going to be all about that base, Pewter base, as he'll take over on the mound to the 8th. We're down 11-0. Hard to line up for the Nemesis for the 5th time today. Sports, Butcher, and Hale. Sports leading off, hit a 2-run homer last time up. He is now a triple shy of the cycle, so he'll be the first batter to face base today. Pewter on the year is 2-0. He's got a 2.45 ERA and a 1.45 whip. He's given up 3 earned runs in his 7 appearances. 1 save recorded. He's thrown 11 innings out of the bullpen with 11 hits surrendered. 1 homer, 5 walks, and 11 strikeouts. His batting average against is .262. First pitch fastball at the knees is lined at the middle. That's a base hit past the diving Diaz. Sports now 4 for 5 today. That's his second single. Leadoff man on here for the Nemesis. Now to bring up Butcher, who's 2 for 4. 2 singles and an RBI today. First pitch two-seamer up and in is fouled off, 0-1. Four-seamer up and away is high, 1-1. Curveball middle of the plate, fouled off, 1-2. Came in active here for base. Slider away, chased it outside, strike 3. First punch up for base, 1 down. Next up, Hale, 1-for-4 with a single. First pitch slider down and in is low, 1-0. Fastball down and away, fouled off, 1-1. Two-seamer up and in, inside, 2-1. Slider away, outside, 3-1. Two-seamer up and away, fouled off, full count. Curveball up and in. Popped into foul territory on the left side. Swiner going over. He will get there, and that is the second out of the inning. Next up, Find Air, 0-for-4 day for the third baseman, one of the few batters to not join the hit parade so far. First pitch to her, curveball middle away, line to right field, and she will join the hit parade as that's her first hit on that single. First and second now with 2 down. Gotta bring up Leather, 3-for-3 day for Flash. He's hit 2 doubles, singled, and walked. He's also scored, I believe, 3 times. First pitch slider up, high, ball 1. Four-seamer down and away is low, 2-0. Curveball down and in is inside, 3-0. Four-seamer up and in, that's a strike, 3-1. Two-seamer middle away, fouled off. Full count, runners will go with the payoff pitch. Curveball down and away. Chopper to third, Manning charges, he'll fire to first. In time, and that ends the inning. Nemesis put up a 0. Bottom 8, we're still down 11. Blings, Manning, and Winkelson do up. Blings 0-for-2 today. Catcher is looking for his first hit on the cards, facing the lefty Ratherswell. Strike up and away on the heater, 0-1. Should have swung, 0-2. Fastball middle of the plate, driven to right center field. That is going to hang up, though, as Lang is there, 1 out. Down to our last 5 outs. Next up, Manning, 1-for-1 with a single. Forkball at the knees, 0-1. Fastball at the letters, 0-2. Curveball middle in, Manning skies it, right center field. Over for it is Hale, 2 down. Down to 4 outs. Next up, Winkelson, he's 0-for-3. Slider middle in, hard grounder up the middle, base hit, as that's Winkelson's first hit. It's past the Diving Sports. He'll be on with a 2-out single. So he's now 1-for-4 and back to locked in mojos. That brings up Boyd, 1-for-3 with a single. Inside pitch active for Boyd. He loses his contact versus right-hander trait since Ratherswell is the southpaw. Slider inside, called a strike, 0-1. Slider away, lined up the middle, knocked down by Ratherswell behind the mound. That's an infield single for Boyd, though, as he beats it out. First and second now with 2 down, and that'll bring up Worrymore, 1-for-3 with the triple. Still tense. Contact versus left-hander active here as that fastball is high, ball 1. Fastball way, hitting the hole to right, that is a base hit. Coming around third, Winkelson, he's going to try and score. Throw home is cut by Butcher. And we run ourselves out of the inning because I'm stupid. But we at least get a run out of it. So it's 11-1 to the 9th. We're still down 10. Bronx, Ratherswell, and Pickleford do up. Here's Bronx, 3-for-4, 2 doubles, a single, 2 RBIs on the cards for the former Buzzards backstop. Strike at the knees on the heater, 0-1. Curveball up and away, strike called, 0-2. Two-seamer up, fouled off, still 0-2. Four-seamer down and away, grounded to first, right at Winkelson. He'll make the play himself, 1 out. Next up, Ratherswell, hitless on the season. He will bat here as he has a 10-run lead to work with. Curveball strike called down the middle, 0-1. Fastball middle in, skied to right, Mahoney back. He's there, makes the catch, 2 down. Next up, Pickleford, 3-for-5 day, still a home run shy of the cycle. First pitch slider away, outside, ball 1. Four-seamer up and in, inside, 2-0. Two-seamer down and in, strike called, 2-1. Curveball away, fouled off, 2-2. Fastball away, pop foul out of play, we'll do it again. Zoomer up and in. Chased it high, strike 3. Second punch up for base, and that ends the inning. 1-2-3 for him. Bottom 9, we're down 10. We need to make this deficit a little nicer if we want to keep our playoff hopes alive. Swiner, Diaz, and base 2 up, and that's probably going to take a miracle at this point. Swiner leads off the inning. Left fielder 0 for 3 today as we're down to our last 3 outs here. Strike inside, 0-1 on the heater. That one's high, 1-1. High again with the heater, 2-1. Fastball up and in, Swiner skies it in on it, Lang. He'll make the catch. 1 out, we're down to 2 outs. Next up, Diaz, 0 for 3. He's flown out twice and grounded out. Forkball up and in is inside, ball 1. Heater inside, 2-0. Curveball bounces, 3-0. Change it down the middle, taken, 3-1. Fastball down and in, Diaz skies it to right center field, over Lang. He will make the catch, 2 down. Last chance to dance is the pitcher slot base. We will pinch hit for him. Coming off the bench, first baseman injured, Merriam DDP Daugherty. Suffered a sprained wrist 2 games ago, so not at full health, but we need her to bat here. 464 average, 2 homers, and 10 RBIs on the year, looking to keep our chances alive. Change up inside, ball 1. Fastball outside, 2-0. Fastball up the knees, chopped in the hole to second. Leathar there, fires to first in time. That ends the inning and the game as the Nemesis crush us here in the finale, 11-1. Trent Deputy got pissed on. Then in the 6th inning, he got pissed on even more. Cuevas got injured trying to stop the bleeding. Nemesis just added insult to injury from that point forward. We got a run in the 8th. We probably could have gotten more if I didn't run myself out of the inning, but now we're at the mercy of the other teams in our fucking league because, of course, with that loss, we are now down to 3rd in the division with only a +1 run differential. We had a +12 coming into today's game. We lost 10, so actually we have a +2, my bad, I can't count. It's going to take some willing on our end to get in here. Everybody in the Nemesis lineup got a hit today except the pitchers, Def Wedham and Kent Ratherswell. 3 RBIs for Pickleford at the top of the lineup, 3 for Lang, 2 for Sports on a home run. Butcher 1 in the 1st inning on a ground out, and Bronx had 2 total on 2 different doubles. For us, everybody was hitless today except Winkelson, Boyd, Worrymore, and Hurls, as well as Manning. Only RBI was on a single by Worrymore in the 8th inning. Pitching lines, Def Wedham, 6 2/3 shutout innings. He gets the quality start and the win, giving up only 4 hits. He improves to 2-1. Cam Ratherswell, 2 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run. And on our side, Deputy takes the loss. He falls to 0-3 in his rookie year, 5 2/3 innings, 12 hits, 8 earned runs, a walk. Cuevas inning and a third, 6 hits given up, 3 earned runs, 1 strikeout, 1 home run, a line drive to the chest. He gets injured. Base, 2 innings, shutout out of the pen, 2 hits given up with 2 strikeouts. Player of the game, Brian Pickleford, who had 3 for 6 at the top of the lineup. He was a home run shy of the cycle with 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored, and a stolen base. Jack Sports was 4 for 5 today. He was a triple shy of the cycle. He had 2 RBIs. And then Ron Lang was 3 for 5 today as well with 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored, 2 doubles. Alrighty. Well, just had to shit on that dream, didn't you, game? Alright, well, we still have a chance to get in. It's a very small one. But it's going to come down to what the other teams in the division, in the conference, do. Crocodons and Jacks are already done, so with our loss, the Crocodons will get into the playoffs. They will be the 3 seed. Now it comes to, they will be either the 3 or the 4, but they are now locked in, thanks to us being stupid. So now we need the Platypi and the Wide Loads both to lose their last games. Heaters also cannot win their last 3 games. That is basically what we're hoping to happen here. If the Platypi win, we are automatically out because the Platypi already have a better run differential than us. If the Wide Loads win, they're probably not going to make it. They have a -7. If the Heaters win out, they will get in. That's guaranteed. So, Jacks are in. Crocs are in. Grapplers right now are in, but they need to win 1 more game to secure it. That's what we're looking at. First, let's look around the league before we tempt destiny here. A lot of moves being made here. Patricia Lee off the platypi for Herbert Hackman as they're getting ready to make that push and try and knock us out of the playoffs. Sawtooth sign Elric Rippin as they cut closer Kay Frequin, the former Freebidder's arm. Dolph Stake released by the Sandcats after 5 seasons as he's replaced by outfielder Miles Boyle. Moonstars get Tremendous Castillo as they cut Gremp Everbright there in the bullpen. Gasser Morris to the Sirloins as he replaces Tats Balfour as the Sirloins are trying to make it into the playoffs. I think they are in, actually. Rusty Buston to the Sandcats replaces Johnny Baggs. Charlie Best replaced by Keisha Mushara on the Sandcats. Brick Towers released from the Sawtooth for Huck and Duck. Lester Bronco released by the Sawtooth as well for Volt Bolter. Ice Vayner released by the Sandcats for Walt Huckster. Dirk Sportswood cut by the Sandcats as well for Randy Bance. A lot of cuts going on that side. Player development options here. Well, you know what? We'll do that after the sim. We'll see what happens here. Here we go. So the first 2 games are Heaters Grapplers. We need the Grapplers to win one of them. We would like the Heaters to lose one so that way they can't catch us. That would be nice. So the last game that matters to us is the Heaters Platypi matchup and the Wide Loads B-Wolves matchup. Let's see what happens. God, give me strength. We need a miracle. Grapplers with the first game, so the Heaters are out of playoff contention. Grapplers have locked up the division with that win. Heaters win 2-1. Grapplers rally to beat the B-Wolves 7-5. Okay, here's the matchup. Heaters rally to win 4-3. Platypi are out of the playoffs. We need the Wide Loads to win by less than 9 runs. 10-5 the final. Wide Loads win. They improved to 9-7, but they have -2. We have +2. We are in the playoffs, despite getting absolutely blasted by the Nemesis who tried to spoil our day. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, my God. I don't know what I would have done if we had blew that shot. My God, thank you, game. Okay, so with that excitement over, we do still manage to get in the playoffs, but it was a lot tighter than it needed to be. Let's look at the playoff picture here for both sides. We'll do that when we advance to the playoffs. Player development options. Let's have a look. Now we know what to build around here. Alright, I did say we were going to get this one for Pewter Base. This was a nice one. This is a dumb one for Diaz. Can't afford that one, so that's out anyway. I do like this one for Diaz. And then the only ones left we can get are probably this one for Blings. Those are probably the only 2 we can get here. So let's do that. Base, get that extra junk here for the bullpen pitcher. +4, he's up to 65. Does not get Specialist, that would have been nice. Alright, and then we'll get this one for Blinks, because that's the only one left that we can afford. Improve his hitting a little bit here. He gets +7, nice big roll. Back up to 85, and 1 contact to 40. Love to see it. He's back to a B-. Alright. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and look at the stats here around the league. Since we'll go to league leaders, it is the end of the regular season here. Who wins MVP in year 5? It is Wanda Dregler from the Blowfish again. Nobody from our team in contention for MVP. Rhonda Dregler on this year, 0.63 ERA, 0.87 WHIP, 163 average, 28 2/3 innings, and 23 strikeouts. That is very dominant. My God. Holy moly, I would not want to face her this year. Batting average leaders, Daugherty leads the league in batting average despite sitting out the last 2 games. Winkelson ties her for batting average lead at 456, and Baca Boyd finishes tied for 4th. Home run leader, Class Diaz was the team leader in home runs. He was tied for 3rd in the league with 6. Nobody in the RBI category, although shout out to Diaz, he is actually tied for 10th in that category. He just doesn't show up on the board. On base percentage, Winkelson at 3rd, 466, with Daugherty in 5th at 450. Daugherty was 7th in slugging percentage at 667, and her combined OBS is 5th place in the league at 1117. Not bad. DDP having a good year. Winkelson and Daugherty both tied for the same amount of hits at 26. That's 3rd best. Warrior 9 extra base hits ties him for 6th in the league. Nobody in the strikeout category. That's good. Runs scored, Worrymore ties for third in the league with 15, and Swiner finishes tied for sixth with 14. Nobody in the stolen base category, nobody in the caught stealing department. Wins, Bonventre tied for the league in wins with 3. Dregler, of course, the MVP is up there. She probably went 3-0 or 3-1 at the worst. Dregler was second in ERA behind Natasha Crawford. We had nobody in the ERA category. And for saves, we had nobody in that department either. The most we had on the team was 2, and that was Cuevas. Whip, nobody in the whip department, nobody in the opponent batting average department. Strikeouts, though, Jude Hokey is the strikeout king. He strikes out a record 38 batters this season. That is a league record. I know that for a fact because I've never had a pitcher get over 30 strikeouts in a season ever. So, strikeouts per 9, Jude Hokey, of course, 12.51 the average per start. 0.33 walk ratio for Jude, and his strikeout to walk ratio is 38. He only walked, I believe, 1 batter all season, or 0. So, either way. Okay, that's the stats for you. Let's look at the team stats here. Pretty solid season all told. Winkelson, of course, he got on base a lot there. So did Doherty. They both led the league in batting average, of course, and they were third in hits. Baca Boyd did really well for his rookie campaign. He had 404. That's top 10 batting average in the league. Started slow, but he came on late. Only 1 RBI, though, for Boyd. We definitely need to work on that moving forward. Need to improve his hitting traits, or hitting stats. Spory Moore, another solid year. Hit over 300, 2 homers, 14 RBIs. It's tied for the team lead. Love to see it. Buck Swiner had a good year again there at the top of the lineup mostly, hitting 349. Got on base a lot, scored a lot. Diaz led the team in home runs with 6. Good job for the rookie. He started extremely slow, came back to hit over 300, and he tied for the team lead in RBIs with 14. Macias, a solid year with playing time mixed in, 4 homers, 10 RBIs. Just under 300 in the batting average. Carter Mahoney hit well when given the chance to play. He hit 360. Driven 5. Blings, 1 homer, 7 RBIs. He hit 321. Good backups numbers here. Doherty hit well, of course. Of course, she was injured for the last 2 games. Shame to see that. She probably could have hit up near 500 if she had stayed healthy. Vern Oliver hit well off for the most part. 358, 1 homer, 9 RBIs. Good step up for him. Ed Manning hit pretty well off the bench. 1 RBI, 8 for 14. Michael, he's not a hitter. He hits 231. He was a good fielder, though. Didn't make any fielding errors. Nathaniel Hurls, decent off the bench, 4 for 13, hit over 300 there with that last hit in his final appearance. Pitching-wise, Hokey pitched well, gave up a lot of earned runs in a couple starts, but he pitched really well, set the record for strikeouts in a season. PJ Andrews, he had a rough year, not going to lie. He got the piss beat out of him. Same with Trenton Deputy. It's just like, he has like the worst luck out of everybody in this league. I've never seen someone so unlucky. And then Bonventre, 3-1 in the year. She was actually our best pitcher performer. ERA was second best, but she pitched pretty well. Good bounce back sophomore season for her. Got her ERA under 5. Love to see it. Bozer, he didn't play with us for most of the year. He was added late, so he only made 1 appearance with us. It was scoreless, so there's that, and he did get the save. Pewter Base pitched really well in his sophomore season. I figured he would, considering he ended his rookie season with 7 straight scoreless appearances. 2-0 on the year, 2.08 ERA, and a 1.38 WHIP with 1 save. Very solid year for Pewter. Led the lead bullpen in strikeouts with 13. Marshall Cuevas pitched really well. Unfortunately, his ERA did balloon up over 3 with that last appearance there against the Nemesis, giving up, I believe, 3 earned runs. He, of course, did get injured too, so that didn't help. But he did have he was under 1 in the ERA department up until that last appearance. He also led the team in saves with 2. This is Despot, the rookie Hester Despot. He pitched really well in his rookie season. ERA just over 2, WHIP just over 1. Not much to say about him. He did really well. Like, he was a good man first out of the bullpen to get the hold. He pitched really, really well. Look forward to working with him going forward. Alright, so I don't see anybody I would like to replace per se before heading into the playoffs, although I'll take a look at catchers here. Looks like Blings is actually the best option. Everyone available is a C+ or worse. He is a B- now, so we'll stick with him moving forward. I don't want to think I replace anybody else in the lineup. Let's go down by position. Doherty and Macias are solid. Diaz hit really well. So did Hurls off the bench. He'll stay. Manning is a good option off the bench late in games for like a contact hitter or like a double switch candidate, so I'll keep him. Pardon me. Baca Boyd hit really well. Michael, he's not a hitter. He's a defensive sub, basically. Buck Swiner, he hit really well. So did Winkelson when he wasn't hurt. And so did Worrymore and Mahoney. I think pitching is really our only question. Do we really want Trenton Deputy in this rotation for the playoffs? Probably not. Considering he just couldn't have anything go his way, like, at all, period. Bullpen were pretty solid. I like what we got. Cuevas pitched above his ratings again for the second straight year, and he'll be fully healed up from his injury. Pewter Base, he pitched well all year. Same with Despot. Bozer, I look forward to working with him going into the playoffs, so we'll let him stay on the roster. Starting pitchers, I did have a couple starred here. Not sure we're going to make the move for any of them here. I mean, we might go for Vanderwink here to replace Deputy there at the bottom. I'll have to see if I have the money for that. But it looks like I'm going to hang on to PJ Andrews here. His injury is almost fully healed. It'll be healed up for the playoffs. So he'll get this chance to redeem himself in the postseason. Hopefully he can. I could afford Turnburner or Vanderwink, I think. I think I can afford either of them here. Which one do I like more? They're both kind of opposite ends of the spectrum. Turnburner has great stuff, very live arm, but he can't control it. Whereas Vanderwink is more of a finesse pitcher with good break, and he's got good accuracy to, like, place his pitches. I think for our... Well, we got lefty, righty, lefty. So we would want a righty ideally. I think they're both lefties. They are. Deputy actually throws harder than Vanderwink. That's actually pretty funny. I think for this, we are going to bring Vanderwink on because Deputy clearly is not ready for the next step here in the postseason. I will look to re-sign Deputy, though, in the offseason because I like him as a piece to build around for the future. He just had really bad luck in the regular season. I think if he stays healthy next year, maybe he does better. But for right now, he's not ready for the playoffs, so Vanderwink is going to be the move here. Bring in Slip. Good old Slip. I probably could have afforded one of the high-end pitchers, like, who could we afford? Actually, I don't think I could have afforded Pulo. I think what... actually, we could have afforded Javita Pulo, but we have gotten Pulo for a playoff push once. She didn't pitch particularly well, and we got eliminated. So I'm not keen on bringing her back. And Bender, he's just way too expensive. I couldn't afford him. I think between Turnburner and Vanderwink was the smarter option to go with. Yes, he was a weaker overall, but kind of fits my playstyle better with the better accuracy and junk ratings. And we're not going to touch the bullpen. We are going to leave it as it is. We'll take our 4 that we've stuck with for the most part this year, minus Bozer, who's a new addition. Take them into the offseason and see what they can do. We are going to start Deputy here so that way we can pick him up in free agency. Hopefully. Hopefully we can re-sign him. Alrighty, let's jump into the playoffs and preview the playoff picture for you guys. No more moves need to be made. Let's see Vanderwink's numbers on the year, see how he did this season. Vanderwink in his year, he actually pitched pretty well. 1-1, a 3.47 ERA, and a 1.37 WHIP in his 4 starts. It's actually pretty good. Only 9 earned runs given up, 23 in the third innings, 22 hits, 10 walks, 2 homers, and 15 strikeouts. That's actually a pretty solid year for the veteran. 35-year-old still pitching good, 253 average. He was cut by the Sirloins this year, I believe, if I remember correctly. We can go ahead and look at their numbers here. Let's see, Vanderwink was pitching for... He was pitching for the Sirloins. He was finally cut from their roster after 5 years. Interesting. I wonder if they made the playoffs. I'll look at the playoff picture when I do that. And Bozer, who did he play for this season? He played for the Moose. Okay, so he had a rough year with the Moose. The Moose, of course, had a rough year in general. They did not make the playoffs. I believe they only had like 4 or 5 wins on the year. So, and then I meant to check this earlier. I never saw who Manning was playing for. Ed Manning. Well, how many years in the league? He's on his 3rd year. He was playing for the Heaters. Okay, so he was cut by the Heaters this season. He was cut for the Heaters after 1 at-bat. He had 1 at-bat, which was a hit, as a guy coming off the bench, and they cut him because they wanted to, make a playoff push. That didn't work out for them at all. I think they finished, 8-8 or 7-9, and we're in the playoffs, and we have Manning. Manning's actually a career 400 hitter. He's actually hitting pretty well. Then again, yeah, it doesn't hit very often. His most at bats is 20 in a season. So interesting. Okay, keep that in mind moving forward. All right, let's jump into the playoff picture here to give you a preview for next episode. What's going to happen? Oh, Sirloins did make the playoffs, so maybe some revenge for Vanderwink is in order. They'll have to get by the top seed of Blowfish, though, it looks like. Alrighty, so this is the playoff picture for you guys moving into the postseason. We're finally back. After missing it in year number 4, we are back for our 4th playoff appearance here in the series in year number 5. So we are going to be looking to, for the first time in this series, get out of the first round next episode. We're going to play the full series against the top-seeded Grapplers. The Grapplers always play us tough. They always seem to beat us in close pitcher's duels, so hopefully we can turn the tide against them. So we are going to face the top seed. That is a challenge for us. Jacks will be squaring off with the Crocs, so we will face a division rival if we make it to round 2. On the other side, the top-seeded Blowfish will face their division rivals, the Sirloins. And then the Wild Pigs will face the division rival Freebooters. So rivalry is pretty much all around here. What is going to be our pitching rotation going into the playoffs, I wonder? We'll look at that next time. I'm not going to bore you here with an extremely long episode here, but let's look at the final standings here to see who is the top overall seed. That would be the Blowfish. They are the number 1 overall seed, coming in at 12-4. Wild Pigs come in at 11-5. Grapplers come in at 11-5. Jacks are the 2 at 10-6. Freebooters 10-6 is the 3. Crocodons 9-7. Sirloin's 9-7, and we are 9-7. We snuck in by the skin of our teeth that +2 run differential. Look at these run differentials. We have a +2. Crocodons +14. Jacks +14. Nemesis missed the playoffs with a +13 because they beat us by 10 in the last game. Bastards. Grapplers have a +7, yet they went 11-5. Wild Pigs 11-5, +24. Freebooters 10-6 +10. Blowfish +28, Sirloins +28. Like, we were the only team that was even with ours pitching and hitting. Everyone else dominated on the offensive side of things outside of the Grapplers. Interesting. I find that interesting. Alrighty, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. After the end of year 5, heading into the playoffs, we're at 50-37, still looking for our first playoff victory. Making our 4th appearance. Hopefully 4th time is the charm to get out of the first round. I would like for that to happen at least. Can we contend for a title? I like to think so. Will we? Who knows? We have to play the games to find out. But yeah, it was a rough episode today. We lost to the Nemesis 11-1. Deputy got bullied. So did Cuevas. Peter Base was the only pitcher that didn't get bullied. Offense got bullied. We only got 1 run. And that was in the 8th inning. We thankfully got in thanks to a Platypi loss. They managed to miss the playoffs. Wildluds did win their last game, but they missed because of run differential, so we sneak in with a +2 run differential. We are the bottom seed in the playoffs. We have a lot to prove coming into this matchup with the top-seeded Grapplers. I really hope we can get it done and do some damage. Tune in next time. I will bring you the full playoff series in the next episode, so look out for at least a doubleheader, maybe even a triple header. We'll see. If you made it this deep in the video, guys, obviously thank you so much. I appreciate all the support as always. Love seeing everyone in the chat talking and, just having fun and watching me lose my mind at playing this game. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the follow button down below here on Twitch to be notified next time I go live. And if you haven't already over on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Link to Twitch down below in the description. Until next time, this is the Nasty One, signing off. Have a good night, everyone.